Hello people of the tube, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be doing a bit of a lesson review of lesson 32 and a bit of a catch up. An awful lot has happened over the last month since my last lesson. Not all of it good, some of it good but not all of it, and I thought it was about time that I caught everybody up on exactly what's been going on. So I'm going to be right back with all of that in just a moment. Don't go away. So, lesson 32 was undertaken on the 2nd of December 2020, day 505, and nearly a whole month has passed since my last lesson. So as I said, this video is pretty much going to be an update to bring you up to date with what I've been doing and what's been going on. Those of you that follow me will know that I was rushed into hospital, and that basically put me out for a whole week where I was in hospital, and a little bit more afterwards before I actually got back into playing the guitar. And that had a really big impact, both on strength of my hand and the dexterity. I noticed when I came back, stiffness was back, stretch was gone, and just the strength in my hand was affected, even just after that short period. So I've been working on that a little bit, and some of you will have noticed, and I have one or two comments, that in one of my last videos I was playing with this Grip Sport device, which is quite useful, and I'm actually using it to build up the muscles in the back of my hand again and try and get back onto my fingertips. And in particular with my little finger, when I'm pushing down, I can only get that halfway pressed because my little finger really is still very weak, and I need to do some work on that. So that's been a really useful little device, and I use it when I'm working, when I'm on the phone and the like. I use it when I'm sitting watching television, and that's certainly making a big difference. And this particular one, you can take the bottom off, and there's a little rough bit that you can work on your calluses, and that's been pretty good because trying to build up my calluses has been quite difficult, but I'm pleased to say that I'm starting to earn those now, which is really good. So obviously, yeah, being in hospital for a week or so without any practice really did hurt. And just before I went in, I was getting to grips with the pentatonic scales. And when I came out, the position one, or the box one, was absolutely fine. I've got that completely nailed in my head in most of the positions where I'm playing it. But the rest, age or whatever, are just completely gone. So I'm getting back into those now. It's coming back a lot quicker than when I first started to learn them, which is good. But that is being my main emphasis between this lesson and the next lesson, is going to be getting back into those pentatonic scales so that we can then start to consider some more of the soloing over chords and things, which is something I want to do with the looper. So that's still very much at the centre of my thoughts at the moment. So things are still very positive. The day before I went into hospital, in fact the evening before, I'd spent probably about 2 or 3 hours with the Boss ME80 just noodling over a very simple chord progression loop that I put together. It was super simple, but I really enjoyed that, and I want to get back into that again. And I know that 1 or 2 of you have asked for a video on what I was doing with that. Super simple stuff, but I will get to that video very soon. But when I came out of hospital, one of the things that I wanted to do was just to do something that I would find relatively easy, just to get back into the run of the mill. And I wanted to do something for a charity. I just felt that I wanted to give something back, and that was why I started to work on Stranger on the Shore. Now I won't go into that too much because I've got a couple of videos, one which is a tutorial on why I actually chose that piece of music, because it's quite unusual for the guitar. There was also the challenge, and then there was the play along spoof video with Brian May. All of those you can find on my channel. I won't go into those too much more. But the that from that spawned this little guitar challenge, which has got me really excited. And I've been spending probably too much time on the board sort of promoting that. And it's slow, but I'm really excited because 2 people, well, I've actually got about 4 people that have pledged to put something together. But I've actually seen a couple of videos from Guitar Journey, and Buck is doing a fingerstyle version, and he's doing a few videos of him while he's actually learning it, and they're really, really good, really good. I've been blown away by what he's doing. And also Steve Guitar has put together an amazing video. I've watched a lot of it. I'm going to be doing reactions to these videos, so I'm trying not to watch everything. But he has put an amazing video together around sort of a reggae beat. It's completely changed the piece, but you can still feel the undertones in there, and I'm really looking forward to doing the reaction video to that probably next weekend, after he's uploaded the video to his channel. So we've already got 2 that I know of, and a few other people that are talking about doing things, and that's been fantastic. It's really got my motivation up again to get back into the guitar and to really start practicing and work. And I'm probably doing more practice now than before I went into hospital, which is really, really, really good. So as far as the lesson was concerned, we just obviously reviewed where we were and sort of health and scales and stuff. And I said to Michael, I want to stick with the scales at the moment because I really want to get those nailed so I can play them relatively well. And he was okay with that. He did ask me whether I wanted to put a Christmas song together, but I think, so many people do that. I decided, look, no, let's just continue to work on the strength. I've just been doing all the Stranger on the Shore stuff, so just work on the strength. I need to get back to chord changes and things like that, and I just want to use this period just to get back into a little bit. So we did decline that. And then the rest of the lesson was really a discussion about the theory behind the pentatonic scales and the chords that go with it, and that's been fascinating. There was a fair bit that I'd got wrong from when I was doing that in the last lesson, bearing in mind that was a month ago. And what I'm doing now is I'm trying to put together a spreadsheet of all of the scales and their relative scales and the parallel scales, and basically the chords that go with the pentatonic scales. It's almost going to be like a little lookup table to make life a little bit easier whilst I'm getting to grips with things. If I do eventually get all of that put together, I will make that available from my Patreon page for a free download. So that probably took the majority of this particular lesson, which again was over Skype, and I don't particularly like doing the lessons over Skype, so having the discussion one was better. And then when we get together, then I'm planning on getting more into the Hal Leonard book that I bought. This is the first 50 songs. And you've just actually caught me just doing some light reading. I was catching up on Guitar for Dummies while I was in hospital. I've been reviewing the scale patterns to continue to try and get those in my head. I'm finding this little sheet to be invaluable when I'm working on those. And then just looking through this tab book, there's a number of songs that appeal to me. There's a lot in here that I don't know, and they may well appeal. But Every Breath You Take by The Police, Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen, Adele's Hello is in here, Little Wing, everybody knows Little Wing, and I guess at some point I ought to at least try it. Songbird by Fleetwood Mac. And there's also Stand By Me by Benny King. Now I did do a little play along with Stand By Me, but this is a slightly different version. And also Wonderful Tonight by Eric Clapton is in here. And that's the main reason why I bought the book. And unfortunately it didn't have the riffs and the notes that I wanted to play for that particular video. This one is a little bit more singy, and it may well be that I will revisit that one. Yesterday by the Beatles. So there's quite a few songs in here that I'm looking forward to getting into, but I want to go through these probably with Michael so that it's a little bit more structured rather than me just diving in and just trying to play along with those. So that's really it. I'm going to get back into that when I get back to the face-to-face lessons. By that point, and that may well be after Christmas now, By that point, I will hopefully have got the scales back under my fingers a little bit more and moving around the different blocks, which is the hope. High expectations. Whether my skills and my talent is going to live up to that, goodness only knows, but we can only try. So that's really the update. Positive, slow progress. We did the guitar challenge, which I'm really pleased about. We've already started to make a few pound on that. I think I'm up to about £5 in ad revenue, and it's still early days. So if we can get up to the 25 or £100, then that would be fantastic. I'm almost definitely going to be contributing towards that. And I've got another idea for another charity fundraiser in the new year, but that's a real challenge on me, which is going to be quite difficult. So I need to think about that one very carefully. In the meantime, I must thank all of the new subscribers that have found me over the last few weeks. There's been a bit of an uptake, mostly from the Spark Amp videos. Thank you ever so much for following me along. I'm hoping you're going to continue to follow me along with this journey, and just to see where it goes. The Spark Amp is going to feature in a lot of my videos going forwards, but I'm not going to be majoring on those, because I do want to get back to my journey and my learning process, and documenting some of the covers and things and stuff that I've been doing before, and why most people do subscribe to this channel. But thank you ever so much for everybody that has subscribed and that continues to subscribe and support this channel. It's very, very much appreciated. So that's this update. I will see you again on the next video, which I'm hoping is going to be the reaction to Steve's video. And that is one that you're really going to want to see. Not for my reaction, but for what he has done with Stranger on the Shore. How somebody can take a very simple song to make it their own and to put their own spin on it. It's a great watch, and I hope that you will join me for that. So if you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. And if you have, remember to hit the bell button so you get notification of when that video comes out. In the meantime, stay well, stay safe, and I will see you again very, very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.